right. We're talking about one more chapter. This is the second to last chapter of Souls of Black Folk. Um, and I must say, this chapter was pretty sad for me. Um, it's called Coming of John. And it's basically discussing a young man, um, young African American man who goes to college in the North. He goes to college in the North. He's from the South and he goes to college. He plays around in college at first, but after a while, they hold him accountable and they said, "We're kicking you out." And he just begged them not to tell his mother, and he'll work for a semester and come back and do better. Um, these are the things that he was doing. Um, he did not know how to study. He did not know the idea of thoroughness. He was always late. He was careless. He was a class clown basically, and they did not have it. Um, but he came back. He went back to school, and he did really, really well. He did really, really well. Something that says it says he who daily a new thoughtfulness growing in his eyes. Um, as he got educated, college educated, he was being transformed. He looked now for the first time sharply about him and wondered had he been why he haven't seen so little before. Um, Basically, he started to question the way of the world once he started to take college education seriously. As a black man, he was now angry about the fact that they called him boy, and not Mr. He was now angry at the fact that there was Jim Crow. See, a college education enlightened the young man. This is what W.E.B. Bois is saying, basically. Um, I think that's something that is what he's trying to point out in this book, uh, The Soul of Black Folks, that higher education for young Black men is essential for the uplift of our community. I'll say it again. The higher education, college education, is essential for the upliftment of the Black man. This is what W.E.B. Du Bois is saying. Um, I'll keep going. When he comes home from school, so he was in the North and he wasn't treated well in the North either. And he said, you know what? I'm going to go home and I'm going to go and empower my community, which is in the South, right? So he goes home, and then his people, his own people, think he's pompous, think he's stuck up, right? They say you gone north and think you're big, you think you're bad now, um, which is a sad situation. That's why more of us should be college educated, so that we can see that it's we're being enlightened, not stuck up, right? Um, but he still goes forward and he tries to be a main teacher in the school there. And so he goes to a judge. There's a white judge in the neighborhood, and who owns the building. And of course, the judge is like, Don't come to my front door. Get back to the kitchen. Number one. Number two, he said, this is so powerful. So here's John. He wants to teach his people. He wants to teach them at church, and he's getting pushed back. And now he wants to teach in school. And this is what the judge says. This is the law, right? Um, Now, I like the colored people and I sympathize with all their reasonable aspirations, but you and I both know, John, that in this country, the Negro must remain subordinate and can never expect to be equal to the white man. This is the judge speaking. You and I know this, right? So what he's saying, this is the judge, right? The law is like, if you want to teach them, you have to teach them to be faithful servants and laborers for the rest of their life. Because if listen to what he said, if you think they can either be equal to in nature, meaning black men are not in equal nature as the white man, or if you think they can even rule white men or marry white women or sit in the parlor with them, we will hold them under or have to lynch every nigger in the land. This is what he says. Like, we will not allow this. So either you teach them, I'll let you be the teacher if you teach them to be faithful servants and laborers for the rest of their life. But if you plan to enlighten them in any way to think that they are equal with me, then that can't be. Right? So he says, okay, I will I'll do what you say. But in meanwhile, he doesn't, right? So he doesn't. He's enlightening the children. And so basically the judge finds word of it that he's enlightening the children. And so while he's teaching the children how to read, the judge comes in and closes the school down. The judge closes the school down because he will not allow black people to be educated. This is the plight of a college educated man in the South. Not only does he take away the school, this same judge's son, who also has the same name as John, actually rapes John's sister. And as John sees his son, the judge's son raping his sister, he goes and kills the son. And with that, John is hanged. That is the story of John coming home to the South. A brilliant young black mind goes to the North, gets enlightened, gets educated, but he can't come home to empower his people because they are meant in the mind of the people here to constantly be enslaved and labor or be subservient laborers. Dr. E.B. Du Bois is saying to us that the main hope for the black man in this country is liberation through higher education. Liberation through higher education. W.E.B. Bois is basically saying that in order for African Americans in this country to prosper, we have to liberate them through higher education, liberate their minds. It's not about money. We can no longer be majority subservient laborers. We have to have an enlightened mind so that we pronounce ourselves as equal with others. More and more, I see less and less of black men in college. We are choosing to not go to college. We are going against what this man fought and bled for ahead of us. We our children are not going to college. I need to appeal to every parent. Every parent, you need to sign your kid up to somebody's community college at least. Get your kid in college. Get your kid in college. It's August, and I'm not trying to keep my job. I'm not trying to keep my job. My job is full. My classes are filled with people who do not look like me. And if they come, they don't take, many don't take it seriously. Get your kid in college and they must finish. College is free. College is free. You don't have to necessarily go to a private institution. Get your kid at least to enlighten their mind, not to just be subservient laborers. I'll end with that. Not to be subservient laborers. It needs to be a massive amount of us. We need a better percentage of Black men in college. I don't need everybody in college, but I don't need every Black man as laborers. I don't need every Black man or 90, 80% of Black men as subservient laborers. I need to either increase it to 50% laborers and 50% college educated. I ask for at least that. Get your son in college. Dan, you know, I want to watch that movie. You have PBS, you have the PBS specials edition. I'm coming to the house. I'm gonna call you. I've been itching to watch it so bad, but I don't know how to do it, and I don't feel like paying $5 a month for one show. So if you got a PBS edition, yo, I'm coming to the house.